3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
Welcome into the open where we get technical. You should have investments in long-term growth. Hey guys, I'm Neal Hamilton. This is Get Technical. Happy Monday to you. Let me get my stream up here, or my screen rather. We've got a cool show for you today. Why? Because we did some work over the weekend. Everyone in the chat, give me a 1 if you were with me on Saturday for our special edition of Get Technical featuring the musical stylings of Brent Slava, head of the Benzinga news desk. It was, as the Zillennials would say, lit. Not a word I use a lot. We had some great picks. We had our mainstays there. We had a couple new people. It was very, very fun. I think we might do it again. So what we did on Saturday, if you missed it, was we just looked through the sectors that had strength. We found good stocks, good setups, and we made a little watch list for today. I've got that watch list up. And what I want to remind producer AB of right now is you've got about 20 seconds until the market opens. So I think you want to get that little rocket ship going here. At any rate.
3, 2, 1, 0.
Let's go. All right, folks, the market is open. Today we're going to talk about metal. And then we're going to talk about some more of the picks from Saturday's session. We've got a guest. It's a returning guest, a person that we really liked. I would say a person that uses the Fibonacci retracement tool like a samurai relies on their samurai sword. He lives and dies by this tool, and it's very impressive. And I learned a lot of different ways you can use this very ubiquitous tool. So it's going to be really cool to have him. He does it on Forex, but you know what? What works in technical analysis and stock markets applies to all financial markets. So we welcome our friends from Forex. And then, of course, picks from chat, guys. And now that we're into the open, I want to take a look at something. We're talking metal. So let's take a look at X, steel. We are in breakout territory from our cup and handle, which just about kissed the 50-day moving average. I am in X, go for X, watch an X, looks like a snack. The target here, as always, with this cup and handle, which, by the way, guys, is just setting us up for a full resolution of this big old rounding bottom, a pattern. X gonna give it to you. If you know, you know. All right, so we are keeping our eyes on X today. Looking so perfect, so beautiful. So let's hope that we don't get a breakdown past this. We're still early in the day. Who knows? Who knows? But it looks like it's a nice setup so far. Another one I want to point out in the metal sector. Actually, you know what? Let's look at metal overall. XME, Spider Metals. And we can see that it's getting a sector-wide little red open right now. Who knows what the day will hold? But we must be vigilant and watch. Because when you look at XME right now, look at this whole darn thing. We've got a big thing to resolve here. All right, this is a long time coming, folks. Long time coming. We're looking for big old breakout city. And remember the fundamentals. Remember the environment we're in. Number one is that metals, non-precious. The market is closed on Friday, Jeff. I just found out. Metals overall are showing strength. And word on Pennsylvania Avenue is that there might be some infrastructure investments that would require some metals. Metals are also required for electric vehicles, non-precious metals. So we are looking, and there are some geopolitical things going on with trade that may have an effect on some of these metal companies. Yeah, Isaac. Wait, no, is it a half day? It's a half day. Oh, it's all day? Guys, I'm terrible with holidays. I really am. I'm not the guy for it. But what I want to point out with XME, guys, is this is a little William O'Neill cup without handle. We haven't done that on the show yet. Did you know? Did you know that 1 out of 20 cups don't have a handle? I made up that statistic. But when you see this thing, that happens quite a lot. Give me a 1 if you recognize this little pattern that I'm going to draw. I'm just going to draw a pattern with my paintbrush. Give me a 1 if you recognize this thing. Up, 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 scoop. You're looking at a bunch of your stocks, and that's what you see. How many of y'all have seen that? And I want to cook through this list because I don't want to miss any of these big movers. We missed, I think it was Ubiquity or whatever last week. 14% move. Brutal. Oh, 13 says look at WKEY. Let's get to it. That's right. I see this all the time. And here's something cool. You don't have to wait for exhaustion. Or not exhaustion, but you don't have to wait for that little shakeout to form that handle. You can still trade the cup. XME looks like it's doing it. We're green right now. Got a little very neutral candle here so far for the day. Tough to say. Actually looking bullish. But all right, so let's get back to X really quick. Let's just see where we are. Looking good. When you've got a breakout above the handle on your cup and handle in a strong sector, the market is with this one. So this is a mile-long ship carrying crates of money, and it's going through. Let's call it let's call it a canal. It's going through a canal, but this canal's got a ton of force behind it. And there's just something about the ship where it stays going the right direction. All right, we're not swinging left or right. This one's going straight through. All right, you don't want stocks that don't have market strength behind them because they tend to like turn sideways and block things up. It's not good. All right, so steel is looking really good at this breakout point. You can target this resistance line at 24. Options trade possibilities. Next price target is based on the depth of our handle. We go to the low. We go to the line of resistance. We add that to our line of resistance. And we're targeting about... Let me get this damn thing out of here. Targeting roughly $33 on full resolution of our cup with handle pattern. But remember... We've also got to resolve this big old rounding bottom. And that's where you get up to around $44. Steel, bullish, 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 bullish. The day is looking strong. X, or you can look for another steel-related stock, SPLP. High-tide flag? Possibly a high-tide flag. Looking at SPLP, we had a big old rounded bottom. We had some big gaps up. And then within just a couple weeks, well within the time frame for our definition of a high-tide flag, we made it up over 100% to this period of consolidation. And we kept the swings tight. We did not sell off, guys. We stayed up top. Now, remember, this period of consolidation, we don't want it to go for too many weeks. I'm looking at the weekly right now. So we don't want this to go on for too many weeks. This has gone on for 2 or 3 weeks longer than the strict definition of a high-tide flag says it should go on for. This flag formation. However, in times of extreme market volatility, which we are in, you may make allowances for those rules. That is why I'm giving this stock, SPLP, the stamp of the high-tide flag. This is, to put that in context for folks that have been watching the show, this is my new NMM. All right? I'm looking at this thing like an NMM. I want this thing to go from this measure to this measure. So we're going to take the height of our pole and add that to our upper resistance on the flag formation and target about 23 bucks. So that's going from 14.10 to about 23 bucks. All right, upon breakout. Absolutely 13. Yes, this thing is like when we say high type flag, it's what it sounds like. The swing highs and swing lows are really constrained. We like that. It's like tension is building up, getting ready for a breakout. Okay. So that's SPLP. That's X. We got through those. Let's take a look. Let's check in on Oxy. We should do our due diligence on that. Oxy is down a little bit today, but I still believe. Actually, belief has nothing to do with it. I should be taking my subjective opinion out of here. We are still holding support. So this thing is still in play. This thing is still in play. So if we're looking at Oxy, remember, we were watching Oxy previously for the double bottom. The double bottom on Oxy. Let me know. Let me know if I'm going too fast. Because I just want to get through these picks before the market totally blows up. But we wanted resolution of this rounding bottom, which was, let me go to my day here, which was a break above this line just about. Right? We had the meat of our middle pivot here in our double bottom pattern. That blue line you see that I'm going to remove right now is the 50-day moving average. We don't need that right now. All right. So resolution of that double bottom is calculated almost identically to a rounding bottom. And we're still on our way. Speed battle. That's right. Okay, I'm gonna put that up. Yeah, we're ripping through these. All right, guys. Oxy is still in play, but we want to watch it. We don't want to break the support because we want to see higher highs, higher lows, right? We want to see this blue line here continue to hold support for our upward trend, targeting a price on OXY of $40.50, $40.60-ish. All right, let's take a look at STX. This is a pick from 13. Let me know if this was you. This might have been 13. Great channel. I guess you would call this channel analysis. I don't know if that's like a sector of technical analysis. At any rate, what I was doing first with this stock, if I can hide this stuff really quick, what I was doing first with this stock was trying to draw the range that this trend was trading in. So that's a line connecting each of these lows for our upward sloping support, and then a line connecting each of these highs for our upward sloping resistance. 13. Okay, thank you for this pick. And so the way that I drew it was something like, here, let me turn this back on. The way that I drew it was like this. All right, I was just drawing this very short-term trend. And then the next thing that I did was looked at what has been happening recently and found an even shorter term trend that is taking us through our breakout. Higher highs, higher lows. You can see these little nodes. Let me zoom in a bit. You can see the nodes on my tool where you use these dots to plot your support points, and then you use the top dots to plot your resistance points to create a trading channel. A very tradable trend. We like trends that are within channels because it makes it much easier to predict and picture what's going on. You want some level of familiarity with a stock that you're going to be trading on an ongoing basis. STX is looking like that. But then 13 pointed out something really cool. He said, Neal, make that channel, that broad channel, the primary channel actually was his term, make the primary channel higher up. Bring it up to this line of resistance. So I did that. Brought it up to this line of resistance. And then you see that this line of resistance, the sloping line of resistance, has been touched once, twice, and then if we go all the way back to August 22nd, 2008, STX, Seagate Technology, that was our swing high back in August 18th, 2008. This is a broad, long-term trend that the stock has been trading within, with very broad swings. And then this period starting in 2015, the end of 2015, we were just touching the median and hitting lower support, median, lower support, median, lower support. And then this last time we hit the lower support, we broke past the median. All right. This is when we take a good hard look at a bullish trend and say, maybe it's time to redraw the line with an accelerated slope. This thing is going. So I'm keeping STX on the watch list. What's it doing for the day? It's up almost a percent for the day. Good signs. We are not overbought. The fast line on our MACD is starting to curl up nicely. We like to see a curl up on the MACD here. That one's going to be hard for you guys to see, but here, let me do a thing. I'm going to make the blue line thicker. So can you see that? Yeah, you can kind of see it. See how the MACD right above where my cursor is? It's curling, right? Not like a little wimpy, little wavy. It's curling up, all right? So what we're looking for now is a breakout above this new median, which is right where we're trading. Right where we're trading on STX. See this dotted line on our new channel, our channel within a channel? We're trading right at it. Whoops, I moved it. So we want to break out above that and look for a touch on the higher resistance line. Really awesome. Big shout out to 13 to pushing me to be better and to use my tools in a way that I don't normally use them. All right, so let's look at Wayfair. Wayfair, we also touched on Saturday. We can look at it a couple ways. Why is Wayfair a stock that has strength behind it? Because it's part of the home building category of stocks. So really quick, let's look at XHB, which is, that's not it. Wait, is it? There we go. Okay, I thought I was opening a Canadian something. At any rate, XHB, the home builders ETF. This thing, not dissimilar to what we just saw with STX. Been trading in an upward trend and then has now broken out of it handsomely. And that is why I was in XHB. We've broken out of this resistance line. We are in a new bull trend. Is X moving? Let's go, baby. Let's go. XHB is on the move, folks. Look at that glorious candle. The question is now, will it break out today? Will it break out? Because look, not overbought at all. Look at the RSI. Feeling good about this move on X. Shout out Cameron for pointing that out. If guys, keep me on this shit because it's so easy for me to miss these as I'm going through them. So keep me on these. X is on its way. Woo, that's exciting. That is exciting. This is a great thing for metal. All right, so steel on the move with some beautiful green candles, looking like it's getting ready to break out of this full cup and handle pattern. And remember, we're going long. Rounding bottom on X, guys. Yes, indeed. All right, so we're looking for big moves on metal. We're keeping an eye on X. I am piling in. I'm in X right now. My play with metal, with X rather, is upon breakout to raise my stop loss to about 5 cents below this resistance line, and then pile in. X is at critical resistance. It's absolutely right, Gherkin. Absolutely right. This is the moment. So, but if it breaks that resistance, that's why your boy is piling in. This is a multi-year rounding bottom. Remember, the bigger the base, the bigger the space. All right, that means big moves to the upside. Resolution around $44.50 from its current price of 24. So that's almost doubling the stock value. All right. True, Gherkin. It is at critical resistance, which means it's that much more important when we... Wait. Yeah, if resistance says no, it will drop to hell. Maybe, maybe not. Keep your stops tight. All right. Let's take a look at some other stocks here. W. So we were looking at Wayfair. I was just pointing out that XHB Home Builder is looking solid. We are in a new accelerated bullish regime. A stronger accelerated bullish trend. So let's do a thing. I'm gonna do the thing that 13 pushed me to do on the Saturday show. I'm gonna bring this up to another line of resistance and see if it means anything. Nope, it doesn't. All right, so it doesn't. All that does, though, when I bring this up to this line of resistance, which doesn't have many meaningful points in the past, because it goes lower than anything in the past, but it shows that you could treat this as a lower range and that we've broken through a median, and that allows you to set a price target. Breakthrough of a median in a channel like this, or a mean rather, allows most traders to set a price target of hitting the upper line. For now, I'm just going to leave it like this, though. USX is also on the move. Boy, oh boy. USX, US Express Enterprises, Inc., looking like a snack. This one's very simple. This one is a cup with handle. But it's got a couple things actually going on. So let's do it. Let's do this the right way. Should I do it like this? I don't know if that would be appropriate. Should I do it like this, maybe? Yeah, it's like this. Okay, so we had a rounding bottom. Failed. Another little kind of rounding bottom action here. These are not strict rounding bottoms. I'm just kind of drawing right now. What's really happening, though, is we have a left cup here. We got to a high point. We sold off. And then we returned to that high point. And we got a big cup with handle. On USX, US Express Inc. that we've broken out of. Now we're at a meaningful level of support, or I mean resistance. Actually, we're broken out. This thing is out of the gates. Drawing our resistance line kind of loosely just for the sake of time. And we can see that USX has broken out of a cup with handle pattern. And we're going to set our price target from the low of the cup. So it's going to be this one. We use our line tool at the bottom, go up to our resistance, add this to our line of resistance, and whoops, turn it sideways. $17.34 is our price target, where if you enter from right now is over time a profit potential of 45%. All right. That gets through the whole watch list. I'm going to go back to X really quick. Make sure that's on the screen. We've got 9 minutes until we bring on a very special guest for the day. So I want some pics from chat. Let me know what you're watching. Okay. MT. Let's look at MT. Did we do MT on Saturday? I don't remember when I put all this stuff on here. We might have. Okay. Boy, do I have a lot of stuff on this. Jeez Louise. Yeah, stock rules. I think you're in entry territory for a double bottom. So here's what most of the time, guys, most of the time when I talk about double bottoms on the show, I am waiting for us to get to the breakout point about where the pivot topped out. But that's a conservative way to trade it. You can enter before that. Oh, well, MP. We're going to look at MT first, and then we'll do MP, because MT is also looking pretty good. You're in entry territory for this. So what you can do with rounded bottom, or I'm sorry, with double bottoms, is look for the midway point of your pattern. So let's go right about here. Actually, we want to go where the meat is, so let's do it like that. Yeah, that's perfect, because that lines right up with that spike. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And I'm going to get rid of this Fibonacci thing. Too many lines on here. You can actually target, let me get rid of this thing. From where the stock is right now, with a good stop loss, you can target $35. Because we have a confirmed reversal from this pivot. We're in a short-term trend. So we can do the same thing with the cup and handle, where we're trading from the low of the handle up to the resistance line of the right pivot. But with the double bottom, where's my, okay. The double bottom, we can enter here and then target our upper resistance line for 25%, and then expect a little consolidation once we get up there. X is a 52-week high right now. Is it? Yeah, it is. It sure is. Whew. Sure is. I'm so glad that we were here together for this. But look at this. Look at this. The body is right on that resistance line. We got above it. We're right at that resistance. Volume not surging. We are going to need a big push in buying action to get this thing up here. All right. So we really want to see this volume. Like, I don't know why my volume goes into my RSI. It's so stupid, but whatever. I've got my RSI, or I mean, I've got my volume down here. We want to see something like this to really, really get over that hump. Yep. Still needs to break. Still needs to break. That's exactly right. The body is right on that resistance line on X. But watch it. Stops are tight. Stops are tight. All right. So I was on MT, and then I have to go to MP because someone mistyped or misinterpreted something. Me. At any rate, we want a resolution of this rounding bottom, which I believe we deserve, and I think we're going to get it. Oh, geez Louise, come on. Do it. There we go. Yep, which gets us right where I drew this yellow line. So targeting 41.5, $41.50, which if you were to enter right now would be a gain of about 46%. 46% on MT. Looking strong MT. I want to make sure that's on the list, because I will be trading this. What is this? This. Non-energy minerals. Perfect. And steel. Perfect. This is in a strong sector. Remember, we're doing my shitty Suez Canal analogy. All right. It's not. It's not the Suez Canal. It's like it's one that works better. And this is a ship that fits down it. That's it. This ship fits down the Suez Canal. All right. So MT is in here. Let's look at MP. So Jason has a special request. Jason, longtime fan of the show, sends me creepy DMs all the time, maybe too big of a fan, wants a market update. So we're going to look at QQQ number 1. QQQ is still getting a yuck from me. Why? Because we're just not getting that higher high yet. All right, very simple. We need to get above 324.5 for a QQQ to be interesting or look like a safe haven for strength in stocks. Right now, QQQ is the Everday, or whatever that ship is called, Evergreen. Yeah, downtrend. What is the ship called? I forgot what it is. Suez ship. Ever given, even though it says evergreen on the side. QQQ is the ever given. It is stuck in the canal, my friends. So we are not looking at QQQ with much interest. NASDAQ sucks right now, pure and simple. Looking at SPY, S&P 500 ETF, also sucking. Also sucking. Again, we want to get that solid higher high before I'm really convinced that something is happening here. And we're just getting this little weak crap. All right. This is our market update, guys. S&P not getting higher high. So what I want to see is a break above 398.20 for us to say we're back in a bullish regime. Right now, this could just be trading sideways. So let's do a little thing. Let's compare our metals, XME to the S&P 500. Look at this. Gapping up. There's a new boss in town. And it's been happening for a while. It's been happening since the end of last year. All right. Looking good. More specifically, let's look at steel against the S&P 500. Let's go. Breakout time. Moment of truth. If you have any support issues for Benzinga Pro, just a reminder, guys, don't use our YouTube chats as a support line. Go to the right channels. You can email VIP accounts at benzinga.com. Or if you're a Benzinga Pro user, you've got that helpful chat right in the platform where you can communicate with our support staff live really quickly, super fast, like under 5-minute response times. So just a reminder. This is for talking about what we're talking about. Evergreen's the company, and the Ever something else, I already forgot. Ever Given is the name of the ship. It's a lovely name. It's a lovely name. Oh, it's free now? Suez Canal ship is free? It's out? All right, then let's see what Steel's doing. No. Oh, hey, look at this. Body of the candle is above our resistance. X is still in play. Let's go. Keep your stops tight. I am piling into this thing. I want to see. Here's the thing, though. Amateurs trade the open, which is what we're doing right now. Pros trade the close. So we want to close on this daily candle. A close, meaning the body of the candle, not its little wick. A close above $24.45. So I'm going to move this line up to be just a little more exact. We want it to close above that to really confirm the strength. Austin, I'm not sure about cars using steel or how much they're using or anything like that, but I know that a big thing is infrastructure proposals, like bridges and stuff. Use steel. Looking at AMD. AMD is going to get the same treatment from me as QQQ. This stock to me says sell or go short. So let's do our channel thing with this. We're in a downward trend on AMD, which is like a favorite of mine. AMD was my money printer over the summer. Loved it. So again, this is not like a subjective thing. Like, I love the company. I know a lot about them because I'm a gamer and I build my own PCs. So I know their processors. I know how they fit into the ecosystem that their industry is. But the reality is investors just aren't buying it right now. So we're going to do a channel. And as always, when you're starting these channels or any line, we're going to draw on the right side of our candles. We're going to find 2 points to draw our parallel resistance line, since we're in a bullish regime right now. Or I'm sorry, a bearish regime. We're in a downward trend. And then we should look at banks. Sergey, thank you for pointing out BA. BA is not Bank of America. That's BAC. What's BA? Is that Boeing? Yeah, we should look. Okay. Yeah, let's look at airlines. I'd be more excited for financials and banks than I would be for airlines, to be honest with you. Okay, so we're in a downward channel, and what we have just recently with AMD, remember what I was talking about with the mean and then the lower line and the upper line? We've bounced off the mean, and we might hit this upper resistance line. But if this thing continues, I mean, you'll know. I would encourage you, if you care about AMD, or just as an exercise for doing some plotting on bearish trends, on downward trends, which is a good exercise in general, even if you're only looking for going long. Draw a parallel channel on AMD and see what happens. What I would expect to happen, or what is likely to happen, because based on history, what is likely to happen is that this stock hits this line and then returns to the mean and possibly crosses below it. There's no reason for a trend to end, right? There's no reason to expect that it would do something otherwise unless a pattern arises. So Jeff Warren pointing out that cars are huge steel consumers. Online banks seem down. Who has Igor? Who has important news this week? This is AMD. And I want to look at XLF while I'm waiting for that answer. This is the financials ETF. Big bottom. Let's get our channel. We're still within it. Looking like it might actually be petering out. However, looking kind of cuppy. So what might happen is we hit this line and can't break through. Banks getting slapped on rumors. Another fund blowing up this morning, or more liquidations selling by Archegos. Yeah, I mean, whatever. I mean, I'm looking at the chart. I'm not terribly excited about it. The sector ETFs I'm excited about. XHB. XME metals. So the first one, XHB, home builders. That's your Wayfair. XHB. I'm sorry. XME metals. Very excited. Very excited. Wants to break out of this cup. Has indeed. Just couldn't get there before. Now we're above it. All right. So now we're looking for some more strength. This would have been when the market started to suck last week. All right. That's okay. During times of market volatility, we make allowances for movements outside the strict boundaries of our pattern definitions. And then we look for new indications of resolution based on our prior thesis. XME seems to be doing that. Materials year so far, at least in materials quarter, Q1, Q2, creeping up in Q4 of last year. I wish I would have been on it. Hey, producer AB, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Have you heard from our special guest?
I was just checking in with him. He said, anyway, we can push it back a bit.
I don't know. You're the producer. I think we just keep going with this, and then maybe we can get him on for another day.
Let me see. Yeah, keep going for now. I'm gonna ask him if he's ready about now in the next couple minutes. If not, we'll see. We'll see tomorrow.
Okay. So you know what that means, guys? That means more picks from chat. Let's get some picks. Let's get some tickers. All eyes on steel this morning. up 6%. Beaten back down. We're retreating from our line. My Dollar General getting a little beat up. What is my stop loss at on that? Oh, that's dumb. That should not be down there. Want to look at load? LODE? What is it? Oh, mining. Nice. Okay. Let me sell some shares really quick. I'm going to drop out of Dollar General right now. And just lock some profits. Okay. Okay, so we're looking at Load Comstock Mining Incorporated on the daily chart. I mean, you can get really funky with this. You can get very funky with this. I know this goes outside of the definition, but I'm going to do it anyways. We're getting weird this morning. Okay. Yep, so we got a sloping line of resistance that we want to break out of. And I think if you break out of that sloping line of resistance, this is what you should do if you got load. If you want to do what I'm doing. Is draw a line, which I'll use an even better line than this just basic one. Stretch this out a bit. And we'll use the ray line. So we can easily draw 2 points. You want to see a close above this line. And then you can target for a very short-term trade. You can target $6.35. But you'll want to see paintbrush, you want to see a couple things. So you want to use a couple other indicators, in my opinion. You want to see RSI pick up, and you want to see your MACD curl up a little bit. You don't want them going in the opposite direction. I know a lot of times you guys pick stocks because you know there's news coming up or something. Is there something coming up for load? WKEY just broke out? Hell yeah, 13. Let's take a look. Hey, woo. That's nice. That's not going to last forever, though. Damn, that's pretty. We have our ascending triangle reversal. Producer AB making a little noise in the background. That we broke out of. Trade above for a while, then we kind of broke back down. Then had a nice reversal. Let's do this right. Sure, that showed up again. Man, this thing might just be on its way. And guys, what am I drawing? I don't know. I'm just drawing things until I find something identifiable. This is how I always do it. I don't think I've really looked at Duke Energy. Oh, this is utilities. We haven't talked about utilities today. I mean, you can also just look at this like this, which is probably what 13 did. Tell me if you did. Or maybe it would be better to go like that. Did you do something like this, 13? So I just drew the sloping line of resistance to see where you should expect this historically, which actually kind of did hit this loosely. Oh, you've been in DUK for a while? Well, it's moving like a son of a bitch. At any rate, I would say that this line, based on previous resistance, is now your support line. Broadening wedge. Yep. So you can do it that way too. So broadening wedge, as pointed out by Nature Bound. It's a cool name. It's what it sounds like. It's like a reverse wedge that we would draw in a bullish trend. Except for it looks more like a megaphone, as some might say. But I don't think that's the pattern that got us where we are now. At any rate, yeah, this thing's on a great run. And then were you looking at a shorter term? Actually, no, I don't see it. Kind of dropping the thread on this one. All right, what's another one, guys? Oh, WKEY, sorry. We were going to look at WKEY. Completely forgot. Dropped the ball on that. Oof. Nice broad base on WKEY FM. Really broad base. Remember, the broader the base, the bigger the space. Looking for a big pop on this. And this is, I always say this, so, or at least I've said this like 3 times in the past month. Look at what Tesla was doing forever. All right. And then it had like a little thing. It even sold off. Right? But this was a broad base leading up to it. Big pop potential. All right. So we go back to WKEY. Great thing about this is that you have a target to return to, which is its IPO price back in 2019. Which it looks like, did we hit that? Let's go ahead and it's insanely thin trading back then. So let's draw a line there. So now the question is, will we break out of this again? Maybe. I don't see any reason why we wouldn't. We're not oversold. The MACD is going up. Got a little sell volume today. What is this thing? WKEY International Holding IT and Technology Services. Why do you like it, 13? Any fundamental reason? Or wait, no, someone who likes it. Whoever likes it, why do you like it? I switched off the coffee. I'm rotating into Red Bull for a month. Oh, Sean. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Sean. Okay, NFT. So someone sneezed and it sounded like they said NFT. Okay. So if it is a solid NFT thing, and this is, I don't know in anywhere in the literature, like sectors of stocks that are behaving outside the general principles of technical analysis that we sort of discount because there's weird external factors that are making them be manipulated. I don't know if that's the case or if that has a term anyway. I would say that some of these companies, if you watch Benzinga's shows, you know that one of them recently had a rumor about an NFT, but in fact did not have any NFT stuff going on. And that thing, let's go. And that thing got whipsawed. Got absolutely whipsawed. That was my alert for Steel. God, come on, give me a one. Smash the like for Steel. Would you guys mind? Would you guys mind just smashing the like? Maybe subscribe. Hit that little bell for United States Steel Corp X with this lofty price target of $32, breaking out of multi-year resistance on this beautiful rounded bottom with cup and handle. Let's go. So really quick, I just got to do a thing. I just got to talk to a guy about a stock really quick. It's not. You know what? I almost broke my system. I'm getting too excited. I'm going to keep my position that I'm in right now. And what I'm going to do is not get FOMO and not pile in now. I will pile in upon a close above this line. A close above the breakout, I pile in. All right. This Red Bull's got me a little bit too amped up. Okay, so we were looking at WKEY, which popped on an announcement. I would assume that they're going to produce and sell NFTs. So great. It is a really broad rounding bottom here, and we want to break out above this long-term resistance. If we get a solid close above it, so a lot of times, almost every single time with rounding bottoms, we get this. That was kind of shitty. Hold on. Why am I using that? All right, so what we get a lot of times with rounding bottoms is, I've done it again, is you get the formation of the pattern, and then you get a fake out, and you come back down, and then you get the pop. And that really could be just what's happening here. All right, so let's, there's no reason to expect otherwise. I don't care what the company is, what their product does. We're just looking at the price. WKEY. I have like 8 minutes left on the show. Let's do it up. Let's do it the right way. Let's give it the treatment. So nice break. It's a big rounding bottom. I'm not going to go to the low. I just want to illustrate this. So we did have our break above that. And we've got this previous line of resistance that we're going to use, which was its IPO price that we want to break above. So you can be bullish in the short term. This is a very neutral candle. No telling what this is going to do for the intraday. You can be bullish in the short term and target this resistance line. Long term, upon a solid close above $19.29, like a solid close above it, like 5 or 10 cents above it, after 4 p.m. Eastern time, you can look for entry with a price target of, go to the absolute low, add that to a resistance line. I do the same thing every time, of about 34, 35 bucks. See you, Vio. Have a good one. Imagine. How far out expiration are you looking at for your options? So most of the options trading. So tune in later. Good friend of the show, who now has a show on Benzinga, Brad from tradinggrounds.live, taught me a little day trading strategy with options. So like something like not this, but like what was a cup and handle that we had? To answer, RH. Guys, also keep your eyes on RH. What's one that we can look at? All these stocks are doing well right now. Oxy, not as well. Okay, let's just use X. So with X, when we broke out above this handle and you were targeting a return to this resistance line, just a very small move, and you wanted to use options to create leverage so you can make more money on a small move, I would buy in the money calls expiring Friday. I'd be out of them the second they start losing money. But Brad, that's like weekly options, right? So you're that's a day trade. Brad would zoom in to the 10-minute. Delete this line. And he would turn on two indicators. The 8 exponential moving average and the 21 exponential moving average. On my chart, the red line is the shorter one. It's the 8 exponential moving average. He would say, I do not sell my option. I sell it during the day. He sells intraday. He always sells before the close, but he doesn't sell until these two lines cross again. When the red line crosses down over the 21 exponential moving average, that is his sell signal, and the opposite is the buy signal. So the buy signal with X occurred on the 25th, like right around noon. So that's the play. Yeah, X is cranky. We love it. All right, everyone, smash that like. We got time for one more stock. One more before we bring on the Benzinga boys for the Benzinga Pro Showcase. Sean, stick around toward the end. Watch Technically Options is the show where Brad talks more about that. He's way more experienced with it than I am. Applied Materials, Industrial Machinery, Producer Manufacturing. Okay. Wait. Did it have a... Okay, no. This is AMAT, A-M-A-T, Applied Materials. Just getting rolling on this thing. Just setting up the lay of the land. What's going on with this stock? Oh, we're still on the monthly. That's why. Like, oh, cannoli. Okay, so a little multi-time frame analysis. Monthly, green, green, green. Weekly, almost all big green candles with a few reds. Daily, just trucking upward. Just trucking. What's happening right now? We have a really, really strong sustained upward trend. So we'll get that in there. And then we've got our little cup action. So which one's the higher one? It's this one. Got our little cup action that we broke out of. Let's look at the... I mean, I'm sure this thing is well above the 50-day moving average. I don't even know why I would do that. So we're broken above our resistance line, our left cup resistance line. So we're in breakout time, and we're looking for a bounce at this line of resistance, which is about $124.25. But now we're looking at growth potential, short term, just based on recent price changes, price action. Whoops. AMAT. I think if the strength continues, so really what you want to see, number one is the RSI is it's ziggy-zagging up. We want it to really continue this upward direction. We want to see more volume come in. We like the MACD. Our blue line is going in the right direction. Both lines are going in the right direction. So these two indicators are agreeing with the price action and our thesis on our pattern. We're just about at time. So what I would be looking for, and this just might be a gift for a lower entry price, is a sell target of about $143, which from today at this point right now is about 14%. That's all I have time for. Not going to be able to. Well, I don't know. Let's see if we can get Oxy really quick. The day play for Oxy, tough to say. I want to see it hold the support. I think there are more attractive stocks. That's all there is to it. If you're long Oxy, that's a different thing. Like long term, that's a different thing. But I mean, shoot. If you're not looking at these metals, what the heck are you doing? Today's the day of metal. All right, guys. Remember to smash that like if you enjoyed the show. We are at our conclusion for the day. So I want to thank everyone for joining me. My name is Neal Hamilton. This has been Get Technical. With me, as always, producer AB. What a guy. What a guy. Smash that like for producer AB. Next Saturday, I might do another live stream. So join me for that. Gherkin, thanks for being here. Everyone, thanks for being here. Next up, you've got the Benzinga Pro Showcase. So with that, happy Monday and happy trading.